After just 9 months, the first group of San Diego frontline workers have been vaccinated against COVID-19. Good evening. I'm Steve Atkinson. Hospitals across the county are injecting our heroes with the first of 2 doses of the Pfizer vaccine. Naval Medical Center San Diego gave a shot in the arm to nurses and doctors, sending a surge of hope through that hospital. Some of those doses were also sent to Camp Pendleton in those extra cold freezers. Rady Children's Hospital also started vaccinating around 100 of its high-risk healthcare workers. And UC San Diego Health just received close to 3,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine, preparing to inject its frontline workers. And this is just the beginning of a long sprint. Our ABC 10 News reporter Anthony Pura shows us doctors say more doses are expected to arrive next week.
It kind of feels like it has this energy of perhaps the beginning of the final chapter of what has felt like a very long year for all of us.
Lieutenant Junior Grade Catherine Senoid is a staff nurse working in the emergency department at Naval Medical Center San Diego. They were the first to vaccinate its frontline healthcare workers with the Pfizer vaccine. Senoid was the first there to roll up her sleeve and get the shot.
Band-Aid on, actually, yeah. But it feels like I have an obligation to do everything I can to ensure that I'm immune so I don't pass on anything to my patients.
At UC San Diego Health, their staff also got their hands on the vaccine. The shipment just under 3,000 doses. Their staff will start getting these doses Wednesday.
I think that this is a day to remember.
The first batch is expected to go to critical healthcare workers, followed by residents and staff in long-term care facilities, though what's available now isn't even expected to be enough for those early phase healthcare workers. Governor Gavin Newsom on Tuesday said California expects to get another 393,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine next week. It's also slated to get 672,000 doses of Moderna's vaccine once it's approved. UC San Diego says it expects to get roughly 5,000 of those Moderna vaccines as early as next week, but they say keep in mind both vaccines will require the recipient to receive a second dose either 21 or 28 days from the first.
In another week or two, as we figure out how fast the delivery will ramp up from the manufacturers, we'll be in a better position to be able to answer the question of how fast we'll get through our healthcare worker totals. Certainly our objective would be to get within the next month to get beyond just the healthcare workers.
Dr. Christian Ramers is a member of the county's Vaccine Advisory Committee. He says as more vaccines are administered over the next few weeks, prioritizing who gets the next doses still needs to be hashed out.
We're going to sort of flesh this out, and honestly, it's going to get a lot more complicated when we get to the other groups, sort of when we get to essential workers, general population. Then it's going to be a lot more debating and thinking about it. Right now, it's pretty straightforward that somebody working in a COVID ICU is extremely high risk and need to be vaccinated.
Anthony Pura, ABC 10 News.
And